think I'm just going to there. Better. So. Is that Mort? No. I can't hear. I think you're muted, guys. Oh, no. Hot diggity.
This more.
I'm always so
My God.
impressed to see Tar posting these amazing meals. And
Oh,
then the
thank-
sunset, yeah. He said, Chef Linda.
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot. You know, during last year, I started a new book called Quarantine Cuisine, but now it's not really relevant. So, but yeah, I'm working on some other things for like I'm, you know, somewhere in that 30-minute gourmet thing. So we're having fun cooking. So.
Are you going
But
to
thank
the are you going to the Greek place a lot or no?
The Greek place a lot. Which one?
Right down the block from you.
Oh, Aaliyah. Yeah, we go there a lot. But today we're at Molivos. And then Friday I'm at Abra. Go figure. And then on the 20th, I'm at Marakia. I'm telling you I should learn how to speak Greek.
We go to Molivos a lot.
I like but we were just, you know, we have our annual holiday party there, holiday luncheon there. So I take everybody to lunch. It was really nice. It's always nice.
It is. And
Yeah.
it's never full.
It was packed today.
See?
Go
I
figure.
go on a weekend. And
Oh, no, it's
weekends
not
are
packed.
empty.
It's not packed. Yeah, no, they did at lunch. It's really packed, but they have a wonderful prefix. I mean, it's just a wonderful, happy place. You know, I mean, it just feels good. And
Why don't we get the four of us get together for a Leia?
are you kidding me? I would love that so much. I would
I-
love that. Thank you.
Let me call you in the next couple of days and we'll arrange it.
Perfect. You're on. You're on. That would be great. We sit inside. Are you
So
okay
do
with
we.
that? Oh,
So do
good.
we,
Thank you.
yes. We actually have sat downstairs.
I won't go
because it's-
downstairs.
Okay, forget downstairs.
Sit up. I won't go downstairs pre-COVID. It's noisy and it's crowded. So.
Okay. Hi, Christian.
How you doing, Mark?
How are you,
Morning.
buddy?
All right.
I like that phony palm tree in the back.
I know.
It's not phony. This is real. He
I'm
told
sure
me.
it is.
He's
I
got
didn't think-
parrots. He's got birds.
I didn't think he'd have the
Boy, my hair
gumption
looks like
to
crap.
put up a phony one.
I prefer it to my Apple background.
You want to see something? Hello. You want to see something wild? Look at the. Oh, hold on, wait.
Wow, wait a
Wait.
minute. Was
Oh,
that
that's-
yesterday?
That's my. But look at the shot Tar took. Is this while he? No, it's not even- okay, here. Yeah, check this out. Tar took
Wow.
this shot from our living room. Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
It's beautiful. I know. My husband. He's now putting up our Christmas tree, so he's going to make me crazy soon. So it's like, you have to do this tonight? I'm at the home office. That's called the kitchen.
You got it.
Christian, Andrew Ridgie wrote me a little while. He's not going to be here, and Josh is not either. So hopefully we'll have we've got to have a quorum, guys. But we're early.
Hello, Rochelle.
Hello, Mort. How are you?
How are you, hon?
You like my background?
I am very impressed with everyone's background. Are you about to board that plane?
I'm hoping to go to, it's St. Martin, which I don't know whether I'll ever see again.
Oh, you get. We have friends going down to St. Martin on Sunday. You'll go.
I
It'll
don't
be
know.
beautiful. Yeah,
I'm not supposed to go to the end of February, so hopefully I will.
we're going to
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Scottsdale to visit family in January. And you know what? This time I'm taking out insurance. You never
Smart.
know.
Mort, how was your trip out west?
It was really, really wonderful. And I have to tell you, Judy has been really superb. I
Oh,
mean-
great.
Whether it's the new doctor or whatever, I mean, there was no sign of the depression or of the angst. It's the
Oh, wow.
first time, it's the first time in 8 years, Linda. My
Oh.
wife has been suffering, and it's going doctor after doctor after doctor. But
Mhm.
somehow, the new doctor, the medications have been working, so,
Right, cocktail.
Right.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Let's see where everybody is. Nope, that wasn't it.
We have 4 more minutes, so let's see.
Hey, Connie Hill just said hello.
Oh,
You're gonna photobomb me all night?
Yeah.
Mort,
Mort,
Tom
do you
wants to
miss
say
this?
hello to Mort. Here we
Hey,
go.
Mort.
how are you?
Good. You look good.
Good, good. All I see is the beard,
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there he
Okay,
is. Hi.
I don't know.
He looks- I
I'm in the
think-
background. Now I'm in the foreground.
Okay, now you're not-
Talk to you later.
Take care.
I'm going back to the Midtown office. I'm done.
Oh. Oh, God. So you talked to Penny at all?
No, none of us have heard from her. We did reach out to her initially, but nobody's heard from her. Hey, we just got a new deputy district manager who seems like a doll. He's got the best name in the world. Ready for this one? Maxwell Vanderbilt.
Wait a minute. Maxwell Vanderbilt the first.
I don't know. Is he at first? Kristen, you know more than I.
Is the first with us?
Yeah, he's our first Maxwell Vanderbilt.
I'm sure.
I just love that name, you know. I feel like changing my name, you know, like Maxine Vanderbilt.
The
As opposed to
sec-
Linda Sue Alexander.
I like Linda Sewell. I like Linda Sue Alexander.
It's a crazy name, huh? So Midwest. Okay, where are our board members?
How many more do you need?
5?
4.
4.
No,
We just need
4 more.
4. Should I start making phone calls?
Yeah, may as well.
Oh, wait, we've got 2 more minutes. I haven't heard from Doug, but his father is in hospice, so I don't know what's gonna
Yeah,
happen
no,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
So we may lose him tonight. I know. He's been ill for quite a while. Oh, I love the screensaver that says thank you. What a lovely idea. Okay, we've got 2 more minutes. So
thank
here we
you.
go. Hey, look at them. That looked like who's Robert? That looked like Daniel Cohen. I knew it.
It is.
Hey, Dan.
Hey,
How are
Dan.
you?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
How are
Well,
you?
I'm doing anxious because we're down 2 committee members, Andrew Ridgey and Josh Cohen, and nobody else has come here yet. So I don't know what's going on. This is not making me
Okay.
happy.
Am I in the wrong place?
Where are you? Michelle, it's BCI, Business Consumer Issues. Are you here for the street, the
Yes,
street?
I am. I'm representing Project Open.
Well, then you're in the right place
You're in the right place.
Okay.
at
And
the
Mort,
right time.
Mort, good to see you, Mort. Nice to see you up and about.
Take care. Yes, it's nice to be seen.
Okay, I'm gonna start making some phone calls and seeing where everybody is. Oh, we've got 1 more minute, right?
Yes.
Let me put myself on mute just in.
What am I straining to look here when you're on TV?
Wait a minute, I'm in 3 places at once. But
I
only,
like the one in the middle.
only 1 microphone. Yeah, had a couple minutes, this would be on the big screen.
Mort, could you give us an intro and to get started? Little
Yes.
blessing from the Pope, the Jewish Pope.
Oh, everybody's here.
Fucking quorum.
as my colleagues. Right?
We're waiting a few minutes to see if we can get quorum. Good evening, Mr. Georgeman.
Christian, I'm on the screen.
Oh, Lorena, thank you.
Yes, I know. So let's wait to see if we get 2 more members.
Hello, Arana.
Hello,
Mort
Mort.
Berkeley.
I'm Mort. How are you?
How are you, dear?
I'm doing well. It's nice to see you. It's been a long time.
About 20 years.
And I see Olive on the screen. I haven't seen Olive since Doris was the district manager. How are you, Olive? You're on mute, dear.
So the last time I saw you was the event at City Center when you were working for the mayor.
Yeah, I'm still working for that guy.
Yeah, I figured it.
Some guy named Mike Bloomberg. Spending as much of his money as I possibly can.
And you're doing a good job of it.
Thank you.
So more, I see we have more, Robert, and who else is here from your organization? Is it
What was that question?
Say again?
Well, we have more, we have Robert, and we have one more. We have a third Robert Ash.
No, I think they're just talking to the board.
I said we have a third Robert Ash. I said,
Yes.
Christian, I just had a quick question for you because this is the business, and I forget what the exact title is of the committee. I apologize.
Yes.
But if you could pass along to the contacts of DOT and sanitation, the city really needs to do something along the Broadway corridor in reference to the rats. I know the community board is really gung-ho and has been pushing the, pardon my expression, idiocy of this home food composting thing. But these little brown bins, it's a ratapalooza out there, literally. When I'm out there with my dog every night, there's a good 2 or 3 dozen rats going over every one of these containers. It's really the worst thing that could be done. The rats cannot get into them, I understand that, but they can smell it. And I just walked up 99th Street, for example, and they're all over the place. And the same thing with the Broadway corridor too. Thank you.
give me a range. Are we talking 70s, 80s, 90s?
What's that?
70s, 80s, 90s?
The whole, anywhere where those little brown bins have been put back out.
Okay,
The home recycling for food waste.
Okay,
They're
so,
sealed, and yes, the rats can't get into them, but they can smell it, and it draws them like flies. And pardon me, if you hear somebody being murdered, it's a Labrador Retriever puppy here who was insisting on joining the meeting. Stop.
Christian, I think that's the Parks Committee, right?
yes, well, we can have also the office.
The reason I mention it here and every other committee is because a large number of the board members on CB7, led by, not Helen, what's her name? I forget, Linda Rosenthal as the assembly person, were pushing this like crazy the past couple of months to put it back, and it's a disaster. I mean, we have rat holes at every tree pit up and down West End Avenue and Broadway.
I think also you want to get the sewers cleaned.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
The problem with the sewers, Mort, is that a lot of, this is what I heard, is that during Hurricane Ida, the amount of water that went into the sewers was unprecedented, as we all know. And a lot of rats drowned and their carcasses are in the sewers. So if they don't get them out now, those dead rat, by the summertime, we won't be able to walk the streets. The smell will be just unbearable.
Well, I mean, I just got out of the subway at 96th Street and Broadway coming down from my ER where I work, and the whole with an idiotic art gallery thing is, it's been closed for years, is they're literally living in there. There are about 2 or 3 dozen out in front of that art gallery as we speak. You know, and I know that the governor just passed in October a law banning the use of poison in parks, which is absurd. So anyway, that's my screed on rats today. Sorry, but it just kills me that people are putting this stuff out there and not realizing what they're attracting.
we will pass the message along. I mean, certainly rats are everywhere right now.
Well, Mort looks so happy that I mentioned it now.
We'll add it under the new business.
All that leftover kielbasa from the street fairs that my dog didn't eat up.
No, I none of that. With now that we have a street seating for restaurants, you know, this is.
Hold on,
We're more
and
important.
Miranda's, oh, there she is. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Miranda. So we do have a quorum now, right?
No, we do not.
We do not? We've got Miranda here, so,
We need one more.
I've been here since 6:30, so you've always had me.
okay, thanks, babe.
See this, but
We've got, no, we've got 1, 2,
that's my block this
3,
evening. Those little wonderful.
4, Benjamin moves here. 5, we've got it.
I am, hi.
understand it. Huh? I think we've got 5 people. We're gonna have to,
The quorum is a house plus 1, and so we need 6, but we can just do it with just 5 and do a sense of the committee.
and we'll have to do that, because we can't ask people, they're 10 minutes late. We just found out that Doug can't make it because his father's an emergency.
Yeah.
In the emergency room, Josh and Andrew can't make, that's 3 down. So the only, who's missing here? Who's the other? Paul Fisher and
Paul
Madeline,
Fisher.
I just called them.
Madeline, yeah. So let's get going then. Let's start.
Yeah, let's get going on this. Let's do that. And sorry, Miranda, I didn't see you, so my apologies.
No worries.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the multiple street fairs applications today, and I'm intent to take in one vote. Everybody here knows everybody, so anybody wants to say something in particular, something new about any of your fairs?
I just wanted to introduce or reintroduce Todd Berman and Rob from Clearview.
Right.
And there's Robert Dash.
That's me.
Hello there.
Hi. Pleasure.
Okay.
Now, I also wanted to ask Kathy Bordanaro if you're representing anyone here today, or you're just a member of the public?
Oh, somebody's raising their hand. Katie Bordenaro, can you unmute yourself? Hi
I
there.
think you can hear me now. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm I'm a member of community board too, so fellow, we're all colleagues in one way or another. But I'm here tonight representing the Mitchell Lama Residents Coalition, which we work with Todd on a street fair, and I'm here to answer questions or whatever's needed.
Great.
We also have Jason Richman. Jason, are you here representing anyone?
Bordonaro. Mitchell Lama.
Yes. So Trish, what do you want to?
Okay, should we start at the very beginning? Samaritan Daytop Village?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trish, I'm sorry, had her hand up. Is that why you called in? And I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't think everybody has to speak unless you feel that you have to say something in particular.
Okay.
Sure, no, I'm just here to represent Goddard Riverside for our street fairs. Thank you.
Okay.
And the same here. I'm Roy Kies. I'm representing Samaritan Daytop Village. Our Women and Children program is on 106th Street.
Okay.
I'm Rochelle Sheriff. I'm here representing Project Open, which is an outreach program for seniors in Lincoln Towers.
Wonderful.
And we thank you for Morton especially, and Clearview. We're looking forward to working with you.
Is everybody working with Clearview?
Everybody has said Valley Restoration, which is Mardi Gras. Dan Cohen.
Okay, Dan, I'm sorry. Dan, you're representing, say it again.
Valley Restoration.
Oh, Valley Restoration?
I'll send you the list later, Linda.
I have the list. Oh, wait, but I didn't have their names there. Okay, so got it.
And
Okay.
Ed here from Symphony Space.
Oh, hi there. Ed,
Hello.
what's your last name? I'm sorry, don't forgive me after all these years.
All right, Buds, B-U-D-Z.
I'm taking minutes tonight, so.
Okay.
Linda, did you call for me? I'm sorry, I was briefly on mute. I'm representing
okay.
Valley Restoration.
Yep, it's all clarified. So.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm willing just to take a vote right now.
So can we make Seema, because she's a former member of BCI, can she sit in as a member of BCI? Because you know everything about BCI, so I'm going to say 6000.
I'm honored.
No, we're honored. It's really nice of you to join us. Thank you. And hi, Benjamin. And Miranda, I owe you another apology. I'm so sorry.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see everybody. Hello, Arenala.
So for the benefit of Benjamin and Miranda, which is the first time you're doing the multiple street fairs, we normally, for the past few years, we only take one vote because normally there's no opposition, nobody's against them. So, we just take one block, we bundle them all into one block, one vote. So, so as Linda said by acclamation, unless somebody wants to abstain, we record the vote as 5000 and 1000. So that today, that's the only business we have today. So we'll open the floor for any new business. Robert already talked about the RAP problem.
I'm sorry, Christian, did I just miss a vote? I'm so sorry.
Well,
We'll do it last night. We'll take it again.
What? No, I'm sorry. What was the item? I'm sorry.
All the street fairs.
We were bundling the street fairs.
Oh,
There's
yes.
nobody
I'm
from
in
the
favor.
public.
I'm in favor.
Okay. You want to raise your virtual?
I'm in
hand?
favor too. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I don't think I voted. I missed that.
Okay,
Favor.
let's what we're doing is bundling the street fairs, our honored street fairs. We're so thrilled to have you guys back because they're such a, boy, they're such an amenity. They're such a benefit to the neighborhood. They also benefit incredibly worthy organizations. And, I've got Olive. Olive, you want to say something?
You
You've
have
got
to
on
mute
mute.
yourself.
Olive, you have to unmute. There
Olive,
you go.
turn on your mic.
Okay,
can you hear me now? I'm
Now we
from
do.
Yeah,
the Committee for Environmentally Sound Development.
yes, you are.
Hi, Olive. Hi, Olive. Great to see you.
Now, would any of you like to share, like, if you were able to do your fair last year, how did that go?
Our fair for the 2-4, actually, for the precinct, which we use for Toys for Tots program and about 500 backpacks full of school supplies for students. Unfortunately, since we were in April, we were canceled for the second year. Our wonderful mayor didn't approve us in time. Thank you.
The Valley Restoration was able to hold its street fair because we held it later in the year in the summer, in September, actually September 11th.
Yeah.
And it was a more modest fair than perhaps in any previous year we've had, but we still were able to have a successful event. And we actually just got our payout from Mardi Gras, which is the fair operator, and we'll be, as is usual, we will be allocating a portion of the money towards a local nonprofit. We've had a very good relationship with the Retired Social Workers Senior Center, and they have been a great organization in the neighborhood, and we are happy to contribute to their efforts providing food and activities for seniors in the neighborhood.
You know, it'd be nice to know exactly who each group is contributing to. I think that would be wouldn't that be informative and important?
It's also
I yield the rest of my time unless there are other questions.
That's actually part of the application process.
Right,
Yeah.
on the application.
We have to
yeah.
supply that information. I can tell
That's
you
true.
that Debna did not have a fair this last year, but we did use part of our treasury. This was something our board made the decision to do, to make a contribution both to the food pantry that's at Ascension Church, as well as the one that's at, oh God, what's the name of it? I think it's St. Michael's. And, you know, we gave money to each of them out of our own treasury because we felt that this last year was a time when they really needed the money. And since we were not, you know, blowing money on having, you know, meetings, sending out mailings or anything like that, we figured this was a good use for the money. And I also would credit Mort. I remember a few years ago, he spoke about really when you're thinking about giving money to local groups, you do want to think about hunger. Because it is real. You know, we at Debna have tried over the years to give money to very different types of groups, usually ones that wouldn't necessarily be able to access grants or anything, you know, substantial. But this last year, in terms of the allocation, we felt that the food pantries were really important. So that's where our money went.
That's great.
I'm
That's
sorry,
great.
can you clarify? I didn't get an agenda. How many street fairs did we just bundle and what are the locations? Thank you.
We have 15 every year. Okay,
I'm gonna put up. I'm gonna share the
there you go.
the agenda. It was emailed to all of us, Irana.
Yeah, she sent it, the updated, she sent us yesterday, she sent an agenda and it was further modified today. We'll find out why you're not getting them. It must be a different email address, but meanwhile, Kristen, you could share the screen so everybody could see it.
Are you able to see that right now?
Yes, thank you so much.
So it's, yeah. And it's the same group. What happened was we had 24 at one point street fairs and we're down to 15. And they have consistently been run by Clearview or else Morton Ray and Mardi Gras. So it's always worked that way. But we lost the Chamber of Commerce, Andrew Albert's group. So, and we're just, but I think people love them.
Yes, I know. I think the only criticism I've heard, Mort, I'll direct this to you because I think you produce most of them, is that they tend to have all the same vendors. And I wondered whether over the years you've thought about diversifying the vendors so that it doesn't, so that, you know, it's not the same vendors.
We would love to diversify even more, but it is very difficult today, as it has been in the last few years, to find vendors, period. Because so many now do it online, and they're no longer doing it in the street. But if you have any thoughts, please communicate them to Rob or Todd or myself. We'd love more, and we'd love to diversify.
Right, and by the way, when I say diversify, I don't mean ethnic diversity, I meant merchandise.
Product.
I know
Yeah,
we know what you meant around.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
You mean product diversity, yeah.
Sorry, question. Miranda's had her hand up for a while.
I know, Miranda, you wanted to say something?
I'm sorry.
That was just to vote, sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Thank you.
Sure.
See, I feel like such a putz. Sorry about it.
I'd like to make
Sorry,
one
ma'am.
more comment, and that is
Yes.
that also over the years, Mort has told us, and we've done this occasionally, is that each sponsor can reach out to other local organizations to have them have kind of a complimentary table to give out information at the street fair. So one year, Debna, we had folks from the Jewish Home and Hospital talking about some of their programs. Another year, we had a small group that was gathered for another purpose just north of us. And I've tried a couple times to get the folks out from a couple of the community gardens as well to drum up membership. But that's another way of diversifying, is that you're using the opportunity to share information within the community about organizations that not everybody knows about.
Yeah,
So I would invite everyone to do that.
That's a good idea, Jean.
Sorry,
Thank
just
you.
That is
side
Well,
note,
I think you have Community Board 7. You give us a table every year. And I know a lot of times City Council member Rosenthal was there every year. So I know most of the street fairs have been very generous about, you know, bringing community, the elected officials and their community board. So that's very much appreciated.
just as a side note, the 2-4 precinct has, for how many decades we've been doing the street fair, we've always had people like the DA's office there also. This year we tend to have them, the library. We're also reaching up to one of the people we met at Goddard Riverside, and a whole bunch of other people, but they'll all be under our little umbrella tent, whatever you want to call it. So try to make it like a one-stop, one services issue, because mailbox phishing in the neighborhood for checks has become rampant again. Snatch and grab is going on in almost every store up and down Broadway.
Oh my God.
Really, crime is really becoming an issue again here in the city, and it's something that needs to be addressed by our local electeds, who in all honesty ran on and got elected for, you know, pushing bail reform. So that's going to be the main thing going forward, is people put back out on the street.
We'll see what happens at the street fairs.
That's why there's a thing, it's called a carry permit.
Oh goodness, Robert, my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off the record.
That's Katie.
Anybody else have any further comments?
Oh, yeah, Katie wants to speak. She has a momentary problem with her.
Linda, did we talk about the?
Okay, I think I'm unmuted now. Just wanted to say thank you to Community Board 7 for allowing us our street fair to continue. We represent Mitchell-Lama Rentals, Mitchell-Lama Co-ops, and former Mitchell-Lamas, which have a huge presence in your community board, as well as throughout the city. And the money that we get, we use for mailing out, and we transitioned to Zoom this year, so our members could stay in touch. And we, as Jean, we have a history of giving to food needs in the community, and we'll be donating to the West Side Campaign for Hunger again this year with the part of proceeds. Yeah, we think it's very important. Food, you know, can't do anything if you can't eat. So thank you for supporting our work.
Thank you.
Well, and we love Whiska.
Hello?
Okay.
Hi, okay, Benjamin.
Yes. I was just trying to ask, Did we do the new application and method of operation change, the first two items? I may have missed that.
All the applicants were postponed or.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that makes it simple.
So this is our big it tonight.
All right, well, works for me. It means I put kids to bed. All good by me.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody, no one has any comments, I guess we'll call it a night.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to comment?
We have one person, but they left.
Going once, going twice. So
I have one question. Are we doing anything about the propane heaters?
Propane heaters in relationship to the certain vendors in the street fairs?
No, not for the street fair. Sorry, I meant as a committee, given that.
That's another discussion. We can put that into new business. So let's vote on this and.
Oh,
then-
sorry, I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No.
We voted already, Linda. We're basically on new business. We're trying to finish the meeting.
Oh, I thought we were going to vote again because Arena and.
No, they voted. They say yes.
Okay, so it's 5000 and 1000. I actually crossed it out. Now I'm written again. Okay.
Miranda, do you mean propane heaters like in the open seating restaurants?
Yeah, I think they've been banned, haven't they?
They were.
Yeah, they were.
Fire
Yes.
department said you can't use them.
Which is probably a good idea.
Well, I was just wondering if we were going to take, I mean, I think it's also kind of important to a lot of restaurants' well-being. I was interested in Andrew's thoughts on it, but he's not here, so I guess.
Yeah, well, most of them have already gone to the ceramic electric ones, actually.
Yeah.
Right. Well, a lot of restaurants spent a lot of money buying them last year.
Oh, I
when they
know,
couldn't
yeah.
use them, and now they can't. So I was just wondering if, as a committee, if that was something anyone was interested in taking up, because
Are you putting forward a resolution, Miranda?
So I'll be very honest, I'm still very new here, and the training was in the middle of the day when I had work, so I couldn't make it. But I guess I'm just bringing it to the table if that's something anyone's interested in, because I'm, to be honest, I take the fire department at its word. However, it's a little confusing that it was okay last year and now it's not okay. And, as I think we all have a lot of respect for, the hardworking restaurants in our communities that, spend a lot of money building structures, buying the propane heaters, et cetera, et cetera. So I was just throwing that out there.
This whole thing has been kind of interesting. I'm going to say this on the record because there's been very little guidance from the city.
Yes,
Mostly
sir.
the mayor's office, just an FYI, and DOT, they were kind of flying and, by their, whatever the homily is. So,
Seat of their
Linda?
pants.
seat of their pants, and then they hoisted them up by themselves up by their own petard because they refused to meet with us. Yes, Mort?
The problem from the very beginning was if the mayor gave this to DOT instead of
Yeah.
the fire department.
Yeah,
Had the fire department been involved from the get-go, a lot of this would not be coming up now.
They also shut down DCA and turned it into DCWP, which was DCA. Miranda was the Department of Consumer Affairs, which was always in charge of the street dining. And they changed that agency to the Department of Consumer and Workers Protection.
Yeah.
And took everything away from them, dumped the whole thing on DOT. So when Robert's talking about the rats, when there's the street cleaning, everything's been up in the air and there's been seriously no guidance or
Yes.
very little guidance. So they keep changing it. For example, on June 29th, 2020, June 22nd, 2020, Christian and a whole bunch of us and our colleagues on different community boards were invited to a meeting that Gail Brewer had set up with DOT, and they just said, well, yeah, we're going to let people go in the street. And we said, well, is it stanchions? The stanchions that they've used around their, outdoor cafes, their outdoor sidewalk cafes, open. And they said, yeah, for now. And then a week later, they said, no. They sent out inspectors and they said, nope, they have to be 36 inches high and 18 inches wide. And all these restaurateurs who had been suffering so much had to scurry and find carpenters to build these open corrals, in the street. And then the next guidance when it started to get cold, and there was very little guidance, and that's where we're at now. And we're getting calls all the time from, and you'll see, from restaurateurs saying DOT sent an inspector and said, we're wrong, but they didn't tell us, what to do in the interim.
I mean, that's kind of my point in bringing this up, is that
Yeah.
as a group of concerned citizens who are on the community board about these interests, if there's something we
Yes.
wanted to do about this,
Right.
because again, just let me, if I can just finish, sorry, if I, I mean, I do think we recognize the impact that this has on all these restaurants, and, if we can do anything to support them in that.
Yep.
Well, I think you have a new administration coming in, and I'm sure it's going to be somewhat different.
Right.
I'm sorry, Robert, why don't you go ahead? Because you've been waiting.
Sorry, the
And
main,
Robert, fix your thing, because we can only see you from nose up.
oh, sorry, because I'm trying to beat off a Labrador Retriever. Sorry. Couple of quick things. Well, he figures it's dinner time and he hears people's voices. Couple of quick things, just in reference to the fire department, for example. Part of this, or the large part of that, the reason the fire department went out and did this is because most of these quote unquote outdoor dining things are not really outdoor dining. I work in a trauma center in an ER, I do surgical work, et cetera. And we have had a lot of people come in because what these guys did was they built basically a 2x4 and plastic restaurant. And what happens is those heaters set the roof on fire, it melts, it comes down on customers. That's why the fire department got involved. If these structures had no roofs on them, there would not be a problem with the propane heaters. That's what the propane heater issue is. They have to be a certain distance from an open flame, the plastic ceiling and windows. The issue is going to be coming up, I'm sure, in the new administration with traffic and DOT and NYPD, because I don't know how many of these things, especially like on Amsterdam Avenue, have been hit by cars. They've created a huge traffic hazard because patrons, wait staff, et cetera, are walking back and forth across bike lanes. People are getting hit regularly and seriously injured. There are a whole bunch of lawsuits against restaurants and delivery people in that regard. And also the problem is that with the construction of these, if you look at the floor of them, most of them are not a solid piece of wood, like a piece of plywood. It has little slats in them. Food and other stuff is being dropped in there or swept into there by the staff. These have been out there roughly about a year and a half, roughly. Again, you've got rats, you've got weeds, you've got everything else going up through them. They're really good. They're quickly becoming a health hazard because they're not maintained. And although, as you said, Linda, DOT required them to build a planter that was 18 inches thick, it's plywood and 2x4s. If a bike hits, it's going to go right through it. They're really not, none of the stuff is really safe, period.
Now, well, here's what happened, Robert. Then when it came to the enclosed, they made them ostensibly enclosed, but they don't have the same ventilation that we're going to need to prevent COVID. It's really, somebody's got to come up with something. We were approached and we were hoping to have them make a presentation. They will next year with a group that does containers. They're doing them all over Europe. They're taking the old containers, but they're properly ventilated and they're cheaper. They're like $10,000, $20,000. Our restaurateurs have invested upwards to $50,000 in these little sheds, with plastic in front.
Can I just ask a question? If we are not going to, if Miranda, who's new, if we're not going to propose a resolution around the heaters, then I'm wondering whether we can end the meeting.
We could. I mean, this is just new business, and we can't propose because it's already been proffered. In other words, the fire department, the city has banned propane heaters from the newly enclosed or semi-enclosed eating sheds.
They did approve an alternative, right? Is it electric?
Yes.
It's electric.
Okay, fine.
And a lot of them are doing it from the ceiling. So you know what? Do we have anything? We've already approved. This is new business. Miranda, if you want to discuss this offline, and I'll give you some more background because this has been amazing.
I appreciate all the background. I'm well read on all the stuff that's going on. I feel for the restaurants that have put a lot of money into this is my concern. I've read all, I know the history of it all. I'm just more concerned for these restaurants that have spent a lot of money in a very hard time for them on these heaters because of honestly bureaucratic inefficiency, right? Unfortunately. So I was just wondering if from in terms of a commentary standpoint, if anyone else is interested, I'll explore more the options, but I was more asking from a point of, a lot of these resolutions, I think we all know, or at least they seem to be, they don't always have teeth, but it's more about recognizing that there is an issue happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you're definitely on the right page, and I think you nailed it about the inefficiencies in the program and lack of direction, and it has cost the restaurateurs so much money, and maybe I would imagine it's up to them to approach the city for reimbursement, but I doubt if that will happen. So
Just one last quick thing on this. As somebody who does antiviral and bacterial research and surgery for a living, okay, the whole thing of having outdoor dining, et cetera, I hate to say this, but in most of the medical community or infectious disease community is a joke. These are not outdoor dining facilities. It's basically indoor dining in a box, and this outdoor dining stuff really should just go away. We should be putting our big boy pants on and realizing COVID is going to be here in one way or another in a weaker form, like measles, mumps, rubella, smallpox, et cetera, and get back to living our lives. I mean, because the solutions that have been set up now here in New York City have been abandoned by most of Europe, by most of the United States, because it's not feasible. It can't continue like this. And I'm not just talking.
I don't know if that's quite true, because they are using the containers and other alternatives all over Europe. Western Europe, of course, they're having a massive surge too.
That's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't work. Is what I'm saying. Is the solution that these people come up with doesn't work.
Well, you and I can discuss that ad infinitum, but I think folks want to say goodnight, and I want to thank everybody for their time, and I'll try and come up with something that's relatively lucid and reflects our discussion tonight.
And we wish everybody a happy and healthy and a
Happy
safe
holiday.
Yes, happy holidays to
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
And Linda, I'll call you next week.
That would be lovely. I'm very excited. Okay.
Okay, dear.
Great, thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Irena. Thank you. And thank you, Miranda and Benjamin and Christian. And wow, great meeting, guys. Thank you. Good to see you.